Yankees slugger Aaron Judge rejected the team's $213.5 million extension earlier this month. And now, some Mets fans are dreaming of seeing Judge play in Flushing next spring. With me to talk about that is New York Post sports columnist and baseball guru Jon Heyman. John, so you wrote a column that is sure enough to dash the hopes of Mets fans who would love to see Judge move across town to their team. So here's the question. Is it possible that Mets owner Steve Cohen could pry away the Yankee slugger?
Well, you never want to rule anything out when it comes to Steve Cohen. Obviously, he's willing to spend money to win. But in this case, I've heard that Cohen thought that that was a very fair offer that the Yankees made. They obviously have some other priorities. I think the big thing is that he does not want to steal away the Yankees' best player. Obviously, the teams are competitive. Cohen wants to win. But I think in this case, it's almost a Derek Jeter type situation. We're talking about a homegrown superstar, and I don't think Cohen wants to start a fight with the Yankees his second year in as the owner of the Mets. So I think it's very, very unlikely. That's what I'm hearing around baseball. Not likely at all.
So not likely at all. So now, if Judge to the Amazings is a pipe dream, how likely is it that he ends up restarting talks and working things out to stay in the Bronx?
Well, I think everybody hopes that he starts talking to the Yankees and works things out in the Bronx. As you said, he belongs as a Yankee. He's been fantastic as a Yankee. It's one of the best players in the game, no question about that. They obviously are motivated to keep him. They tried very hard, obviously, with that $213.5 million extension offer. That would have brought him up to $233 million. I think they were willing to go a little bit further than that. I think they were willing to give him an opt-out. There certainly is room to talk. I do take Judge at his word that they're not going to restart talks during the season. I think this is an after-season thing, kind of like Bernie Williams back over 20 years ago when he and the Yankees were not able to work things out in the regular season, went into the winter, and they were able to work it out later. Bernie was pursued by the Red Sox, got the price up, way up from, I think, around $40-something million to $87 million, eventually signed with the Yankees and stayed. I think that is the most likely scenario with Judge, but there will be other bidders, so you cannot count on anything in free agency. He could wind up anywhere, but I still believe the Yankees are the most likely landing spot for Aaron Judge.
Anything can happen in free agency, John. We will see what happens. And, Mets fans, they're going to keep dreaming for a chance to get him. That is Jon Heyman, New York Post sports columnist. John, thanks for joining me. Good to see you.
Thanks, Dexter.